The Builders Merchants Federation, or BMF, is the only trade association that represents and protects the interests of builders merchants and suppliers to the merchanting industry. We have a number of members in membership that range from a small independent single branch merchant to a multi-branch national merchant. The BMF's vision is to be the authoritative voice of the industry, to represent as many merchants and as many suppliers within the industry, and to have one collective voice, one industry with one voice. Let some of my members tell you all about the benefits of BMF membership.
I'm a member of the BMF because it gives us a real opportunity to network with our peers. So when you're in a bit of an outpost like East Yorkshire, for example, you know, we don't see a lot of people. It's a long way for people to travel. So it gives us an opportunity, I guess, from, you know, meeting within other members of the BMF to understand really what's going on UK-wise, rather than, you know, just in the sort of localism of Yorkshire.
From my personal point of view, it's interesting to listen to the young merchants, what they're doing, what their ideas are. It's the opportunity to join fellow young merchants entering into the merchant world. It's an opportunity to speak to one another, to share best practices, to share ideas. Also the opportunity to network. It bonds relationships for the future.
The BMF brings a unique forum, really. It's the only forum where national merchants, independent merchants and suppliers can actually meet together. And I think if you care about your industry and you wanted to see it going in the right direction, you need those three elements together. And so I think that's what BMF affords us, the opportunity to get together and work to enhance our industry.
I want to meet my peers. I want to meet all aspects of the industry, both the merchants themselves and the supply chain, so that help me to look at ways, ideas that, you know, I can progress the way we do business, because the world is changing.
The aim of the BMF in terms of what we do now, in terms of, you know, the training courses and the recruitment policy, etc., is to make it more fashionable.
At a core level, the BMF training is excellent. You know, you try sending your people on training courses which aren't relevant to them and they just don't buy in. But if they're on training courses which are talking about plumbing and heating products, they start to feel at home, they start to get the point of the training.
With good schemes around the foundation programme, the graduate programme, in terms of taking people right from school right to a graduation in merchanting, which I think is key in terms of giving them some sort of a classified qualification. And I think getting behind that with support from the members in terms of their recruitment policy, I think is a big factor for the BMF.
Why is the BMF in being, apart from the fact that it offers services in terms of education, training and the rest of it? It obviously can act as a very high influencer in terms of government, in terms of how it reacts to the industry and how it may or may not police the industry.
They have got an agenda, they have got a focus, they have got ideas for support, and I think support's an important word. We feel supported by it, and it's something we in turn wish to support, so that if it's watching our backs on legislation, if it's lobbying to get the construction industry a better voice within government, these things now the Builders Merchants Federation are gearing themselves up to do properly and professionally.
Being a member of a federation of which it's important to you as a business, I think is fundamental.
I think we could work with BMF to further the industry and protect our interests.
Well, in the future I'd like to see the Builders Merchants fraternity completely get behind the BMF to turn it into the voice for the industry that we need.
It's important really whether you're a small member or a big member, quite honestly, the benefits are there to be seen.
Fortis is a leading industry organisation now. This is a trade association again. It's not trying to do what we do, it's not trying to look for a reason, it's got a clear path that we can identify with and we feel we need. Let's all get behind it and support it.
We see it a very worthwhile organisation in terms of helping us to grow and develop our business, and our people of course, which is really what I guess to some extent it's all about.
There are many benefits to being a BMF member, but I would sum up by saying there are 4 core benefits. One is networking. Secondly, there's training. Thirdly is political representation. And then finally, there's help with business support and help with business legislation.
The 3 words that sum up the BMF for me are networking, training and benchmarking.
Voice, community, education.
Networking, market intelligence and relationships.
Safety net, dynamic and value for money.
Join it, support it and get involved.